And the hearing here, Khalif, it took 2 hours. Is that really a long time for the plea hearing for that to happen today?
Extremely long. Brian, I've been in court for plea deals, homicide plea deals, and let me start here. This is probably the most emotional place to be on the planet. You can take it for, the loss of life. There's no winners in this situation, right? But I can first talk about the lawyering that took place. You have a hearing this long specifically because you have her criminal defense attorney that did what they hired him to do. You already have a case that is an uphill battle. This is a case that the facts are pointing to. It's going to be really, really hard to win at trial. So you start to pivot and you start to say, well, what does it look like for my client if they plea? And what does it look like if I'm trying to make sure they get the best resolution? Well, I get folks to come and speak on their behalf. I get, somebody with AA. I get someone from the jail. I get folks that they're character representatives of this person that can speak to who they are. And so you talk about being a long hearing. They had a number of folks come and testify on her behalf. They also had a number of folks that spoke against, whatever type of sentencing and spoke on behalf of the victim. Again, in these situations, there's never a dry eye in the courtroom. I mean, I can, as a criminal defense attorney, you're sitting there in the front and you're listening to this happened in front of you, and you're trying to hold back the tears as the person talks about what happened because they've just lost someone. So regardless of whatever the judge has sentenced this person to, they can never bring back that family member. And so person after person comes up there and talks about the memories that they had and the loss that can never be replaced. I mean, I've seen judges crying. I've seen DAs crying. I've seen defense attorneys crying. And even the victims, the defendants were crying. Most of the time, when you have these situations where there's a loss of life, there is never a dry eye in the courtroom. So for sure, this was probably one of the longest that I've ever seen.
And talking about also the wedding night and that kind of a day and that kind of timing and everything is tremendously emotional and heartbreaking as well. But it also brings closure for the family as you have something like this. And the judge did sentence her to 25 years concurrent. Can you break down some of that down as well?
100%. Concurrent means that even though the judge sentenced her for the three different charges, because they're concurrent and not consecutive, she won't be serving, 75 to 65 plus years that she could have served. But however, her defense attorney talked about how she was disappointed because the largest charge, that DUI by death, could have been 1 to 25 years. And so the judge was within the judge's discretion to only sentence her to 1 year. But looking at the facts, looking at 40 miles over, you have something called aggravating factors. These factors that multiply and enhance the sentence that I can impose against you as the judge. And in this case, the judge is saying you're 40 miles over the limit. You are already impaired almost 3 times the limit. Those are the types of things that the judge is going to take into consideration, but they're also going to take in remorse. Have you shown remorse? Have you taken accountability for your actions? I listened to what she said in her statement, in her speech in terms of delivering it to the family, talked about wanting to go out and make sure that this doesn't happen to people in the future, being someone that can, give guidance to individuals going forward, recognizing that I did one mistake, and that one mistake not only changed my life, but changed this family's life. And so she had genuine remorse, and I think the judge took that into account, but I also think that the nature of the charge outweighed that remorse.
Yeah, and certainly an emotional and heartbreaking day for all families involved on the defendants and the defense here as far as for Jamie Komoroski.